Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm Jessica Williams. Thank you for tuning in today. And guess what? It's hump day. That means we are halfway through the week, so don't give up. On today's show, we are getting some financial advice on Roth Conversions from Foster Financial. We continue our art exploration at the Fort Wayne Art Guild, and we actually get to experience a live demonstration. And later, we learn all about the upcoming Out of the Darkness Walk, which brings awareness to suicide and mental health challenges. That and more happening now.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Welcome to Wealth Wednesday, giving you your weekly dose of financial insight with Caleb Doan, the Vice President of Foster Financial. Hello, Caleb.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thanks very much.
Yes. All right. So we're in the fourth quarter, and so we're going to talk about financial planning for the end of the year. And this is some really good stuff because I think we all need to know what to do. So what will we be discussing today?
Yeah, we'll be talking a little bit about Roth Conversions. I think there's kind of a list of things that I think are helpful for people to get done by the end of the calendar year. You know, there's a lot of things that are able to get pushed until the end of the tax year, which is, of course, is, next April. But there's also a whole host of things that need to be done basically by December 31st of this year. And we're, regardless of how far it is away, I drove into work this morning and this tree kind of in our parking lot, all the leaves were already off it. So, I mean, it's just a rude awakening that I guess fall is kind of here. So
I'm not ready. I'm hanging on to summer.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Okay. So what's the first thing that we have to do in order to start planning? Yeah,
good question. So there's kind of a list of things. Today I'll focus on Roth Conversions, and this is something that has to be done by, December 31st, the end of the calendar year. And Roth Conversions are kind of a tax strategizing tool. Basically what a Roth conversion is taking money from your pre-tax retirement accounts, whether that's 401k or an IRA, whatever it might be, moving some money to a Roth account, and then you actually send a little piece to the government for taxes, kind of in that process. And so people might be wondering, okay, why would I do that if I have to send money to the government for taxes?
Yes.
And it's actually to save you taxes in the long run.
Okay.
And so we sort of do calculations for people to determine if Roth conversions make sense for them. And if it does, then we set them on a path to do that.
Okay, so who really qualifies for this type of process at the end of the year? Is it someone who is entering into retirement, or just anyone who has one of these retirement accounts and they're still working?
Yeah, it's anyone who has these retirement accounts. They look a little different depending on how old you are, how close you are to retirement. But we kind of run an analysis for everyone to determine if Roth conversions will actually save them money, because not everyone will benefit from Roth conversions, and so it's important to see, if you're somebody in that category who would.
And is this Roth conversion something that happens every year, or is this just a one-time thing and choosing the best year to do it? Yeah,
typically when we set it up for people, we like to do it for multiple years, leading up to retirement or just over the course of their career. And there's plenty of situations where it makes sense for people to do this. And so I can kind of talk about a couple of them.
Yes, please.
Some of the time people say, hey, why would I convert money right now if I think I'm in, a relatively high tax bracket, and then in retirement I'm going to be in a lower tax bracket. Hey, I'd rather pay that taxes later in retirement.
Right.
And there are some situations where that's the case. But there are also a lot of situations where if people have done a really good job saving for retirement, once you get into your 70s, the government actually starts forcing you to take money out of your retirement accounts. And those are those, required minimum distributions that we talk about. And especially if somebody has, $500,000, $1 million saved up, those required minimum distributions can be really large, and then it can actually kick you up into a higher tax bracket. And so we can sort of project it out and say, okay, based on your expected withdrawals, based on expected growth in the account, you're actually going to be in a higher tax bracket once those required minimum distributions start. And if that's the case, then we do Roth conversions now to avoid that later.
And so if someone currently has money in their 401k, and it's earning something in that. By converting it, is it just choosing if the conversion will gain them a bigger yield on their investment? Is that what it's about?
That's a great question. So you can be invested in the exact same thing in both accounts, but actually the growth on those accounts is going to be treated differently. Okay. So, let's say somebody's 2 years out from retirement, and we can kind of project that, hey, once you're in retirement, you're going to need to take out, $2,000 a month or 24 grand a year from your IRA to supplement your income. You have Social Security and other stuff, but you need to take out $2 grand. That means you're going to pay taxes on $24,000 in the year that you take that out. But if today we convert $24,000 from pre-tax to Roth, you pay taxes on the 24 just like you would later, but within the next 2 or 3 years, that 24 could grow to 30. Let's say. And if it grows inside the Roth account, you never pay taxes on it again. And so you can pull out now that 30 and not pay any taxes. So you only paid taxes on 24 grand. And so that's one of the strategies we use to help people.
Okay, and when the government does force someone to take out those withdrawals or those distributions, that's not something that they can actually pull from their 401k, right? That is kind of pretty much locked in. You have to roll it over to have a more accessible account. Is that correct?
So you can still take those required minimum distributions even from your 401k, but a lot of times it can be a little bit inefficient to do that. And so most of the time we do recommend people roll it into something like an IRA, and a lot of times they can have an advisor that's going to help them make sure they take out enough for those required minimum distributions. But that's another advantage of the Roth account too, is that there's no required minimum distributions. You've already paid the taxes on that money, and so the government never comes asking for more, which is a nice feature.
That is kind of give you that peace of mind that you already have it settled. So how much would you recommend people converting each year into this Roth? Yeah,
so everyone's going to be a little bit different. One of the analysis that we do is we'll basically take a look at your current tax bracket, and we'll say, hey, right now you're in the 22% tax bracket. In retirement, you're projected to be in the 28% tax bracket, let's say. And we can actually look and say, okay, you have, $30,000 of room in your tax bracket before you hit the next one. And so we'll convert $30,000. That way the amount of money that we're converting keeps you in the same tax bracket, and you get to pay it in that lower tax bracket than in the higher one later. And the other thing for people to consider is that there were tax cuts in 2017, okay? So it shifted the tax brackets down. Unless new legislation is passed, those tax brackets are gonna snap back up at the end of 2025. So basically January 1st, 2026, almost everyone is gonna be in a higher tax bracket unless, new legislation is passed, which, iffy on whether that will happen.
That's so crazy. It's like inflation up, tax bracket up.
Right, I know, you're getting hit with everything.
I know. Okay, well, thank you, Caleb. I'm excited for us to continue on each Wealth Wednesday to find out the next step to prepare for the end of the year. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Foster Financial can actually help you break down current events and also provide you with holistic financial planning. You can give them a call today. We'll list their number below, and we'll be right back. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
Do you want to know the best places to go to eat and drink around Northeast Indiana? Well, join me, Jessica Williams, for Living Local 15, weekdays at 9 a.m. as I take you inside of the best restaurants, new and old, explore their menu, and of course, mix up some cocktails. Where will I go next? Well, you'll have to watch and see, but I want to know, where do you recommend I go?
Keep up with Jessica Williams on Living Local 15, weekdays at 9.
I am here at the Fort Wayne Artists Guild, and they have so much to offer, including featuring local artists. And we have an opportunity to take a sneak peek at an artist who is also a member of the Guild, Sam Hoffman, as he is painting something very creative. Hi, Sam.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
good. Okay, so Sam's artwork is very interesting because it's very natural, it is landscape based, and it really pops. And so if we want to come behind and take a look at what he's painting, Sam, share with me what's happening here.
This is a photograph I took many years ago in Mexico, just north of Cancun. A seascape that I've been trying to paint for several years, and maybe I'll get it right this time, I don't know.
Yes, very awesome. And so let's talk a bit about your painting style and what made you start painting in the first place.
Well, I was a professional photographer for a long time, and then I went to digital and lost a lot of the creativity. So I channeled that into some painting, tried the watercolors at first, and that's far too difficult. So I switched over to oils, and I've been painting in oils for about 15 years now.
Okay, yes. And so as we look around the art museum, we see your paintings, which are so beautiful. I told you, I said, wow, I feel like I am in the scene with you, like the waterfalls, the stone. So how did you get so talented to be able to create that 3D aspect?
A lot of that is from the photographic training with composition, using light and color and that sort of thing. And the detail, I'm known for my detail work usually. So a lot of that translates into the oil paintings.
Yeah. And so what made you really focus on the landscape side of things as opposed to other type of artwork that's out there?
Landscape is, I work mainly for photographs, so with landscapes I can take the pictures and bring them back into the studio.
Yeah, so have you done like portrait work or any dabbled in other things?
I've done a few portraits. I'm really not that good at it. That's somebody else's specialty.
Yes. Okay, and can you tell me and kind of share about your experience being a part of the Guild?
It's been fantastic. It's the interaction, there's so much talent, local area talent in the arts in Northeast Indiana, and that interaction with other professionals and learning from them and growing with them, and the opportunity to exhibit my artwork and sell my artwork alongside them has just been amazing.
Yes, and I know that the Guild offers workshops and different educational tools. Do you teach in those type of environments?
I do not teach.
Okay.
I would be a lousy teacher. I'm not a very good student. I wouldn't be a very good teacher.
Yeah, well maybe you can teach me a little something. So maybe share a technique or brushstroke or something. Kind of walk me through what you got going on.
This is a plein air style, so we start with like an orange and red underpayment underneath it, and that with the plein air style it kind of shines through and there's a lot of motion and a lot of glow from that underpainting, and lets the painting come alive.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
So out of all of the pieces here that you have, do you have a favorite piece that you have
Yeah,
painted?
I think so.
Yeah?
Want to go over there?
Yeah, let's take a look. So which piece is your favorite?
Okay, we'll go with this one, The Weight of Water, from Cascades Park, just on the north side of Bloomington. This was from a photograph I took a few years ago. It was featured in the Hoosier Salon annual exhibit last year down at the Indiana State Museum.
Very nice. I mean, I just really love how it pops. I mean, literally, I feel like the water is splashing out of the frame. That is so awesome. And so people can come here and check out your artwork and also purchase it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much,
thank you.
Sam. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. Yes. You all can check out all of the artwork, and the featured artist here at the Fort Wayne Artist Guild will have their website listed below, and we'll be right back.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
The Out of the Darkness Community Walk is taking place this weekend, and it's an opportunity to acknowledge the ways in which suicide and mental health conditions have affected our lives and the lives of those we love and care about. And joining me today to share more is Molly Rayo, who is their walk chair. Hi, Molly.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes, so this walk is taking place again, and it's so important because I know that it really does hone in on such an important issue of mental health and suicide. And it's a, unfortunate topic, but it's something that we have to discuss, right?
Most definitely.
Yeah, so give us an overview about the walk.
So the walk is a day of remembrance, a day to support those who have either been affected by suicide or just have mental health struggles in general. Suicide prevention starts with mental health awareness, and not everybody's been affected by suicide, but everyone has mental health, and everyone struggles with it at some point in their lives. So we want people to feel supported. We have several community partners on hand, about 15 this year.
Yes.
We're going to have a yoga demonstration to help people with self-care. So it's just a great day to come together and connect with those you may never had a chance to meet.
Right.
So-
Yes. And when you say a day of remembrance, it's really for those who have been affected and have lost a loved one, but then also those who may feel alone and want to feel that community support and just to bring awareness to it. And I know that there's going to be so many different activities going on. So can you kind of give us a rundown of some of the outdoor activities and just what the experience is like each year?
So the gates open at noon. This year we're going to have a live band in the pavilion. We'll have a kids area for different activities to share things about their loved ones that have been lost, or even their own personal mental health struggles. We have a gate, like a chicken wire that they can hang it up on the gate and stuff like that. There's raffle prizes. We've got tons of stuff from all kinds of local businesses here in Fort Wayne and the surrounding areas. And then of course we have the honor beads. Each color represents how you've been affected either by suicide or mental health struggles. So whether it's a loved one lost, or personal struggle, or supporting first responders, or those in the LGBTQ plus community. So there's just all kinds of ways to honor people.
Yeah. And so as people just really participate and get involved each year, what have you witnessed just in your experience of seeing people out there and maybe some of their responses or feedback from the event?
I am so blessed to have connected with so many, especially mothers who have lost their children. Nobody ever wants to go through, nobody ever wants to have to know what it's like to have lost a child, because they always think that they're going to go before their children. But to be able to create this safe space and this event so those can connect, they can connect with each other, it's amazing. Like, the mothers that have come up to me and thanked me for the support that I've shown them, just being myself, you know what I mean? Because I know what it's like to lose someone. I've lost a sister and friends, and it's just an amazing way to connect with people. I'm not sure how really to describe it. I apologize.
Yeah, no, that was perfect. Yeah,
Great.
just because it's something that we have to just bring awareness to at the end of the day. And so out there, I know that you all have like a team challenge going on for those who sign up and just kind of can participate. So can you give me information about the team challenge?
So any participants who raise $150 can earn a walk shirt. And then if you raise additional above the $150, there's different swag items that you can earn as well. So
Okay. And people can go online to check out that information and to sign up. And I know that you all are also taking volunteers and just community support. So what all do you need? How can the community support your efforts?
well, it takes a village, as you might say. We have people who are helping us to set up, to run the different areas among the walk and along the walk route. If you find our Facebook page, the event page on Facebook, you'll look for Fort Wayne Out of Darkness Walk, and you can find the link on the post on the page.
Okay, awesome. And as people are just really preparing for the walk and getting their minds right, I know that this walk has just expanded over the years, and you expect more and more people to turn out. So this year it's taking place at Headwaters Park. And where did it start?
It actually started in Foster Park, and then we got too big for Foster Park, so we moved over to Headwaters Park, which is pretty cool because to see the growth over the years has been amazing, and that you're able to connect with so many more different people, and it's just exciting. It really is.
It sounds exciting. Well, thank you so much, Molly, for sharing about the event.
Yes.
And it's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
And if you would like more information about the walk, we'll be sure to leave their website below so that you can check it out, see the time, and know when to show up and to support this initiative. We'll be right back.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you can always rewatch segments and full episodes of Living Local 15 on our YouTube page and also on WANE.com. And remember, it's never too late to live your best life, so start living it today. And I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Go to the Living Local 15 page on WANE.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15. Follow us on social media at Living Local 15. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.